In a controversial move, President Trump has ordered the repatriation of 2 survivors from a strike on an alleged drug-smuggling submarine. This decision has sparked intense debate, as it involves individuals from Ecuador and Colombia, countries with complex relations with the U.S. regarding the war on drugs. But here's the twist. This is the first time survivors have been reported in a series of U.S. strikes on vessels in the Caribbean Sea. According to President Trump's social media posts, the submarine was carrying a significant amount of fentanyl and other illegal drugs. The U.S. intelligence community confirmed this, leading to the strike that killed 2 people and left the survivors in U.S. custody. The attack, which occurred on Thursday, is the latest in a series of at least 6 U.S. strikes on ships in the region in recent weeks, according to the BBC. The U.S. government's aggressive stance against drug trafficking has resulted in at least 27 deaths in the prior 5 boat strikes off the coast of Venezuela. This raises questions about the proportionality of force used and the potential for civilian casualties. The 2 survivors of the most recent strike were rescued by a U.S. military helicopter and transferred to a U.S. warship, as reported by unnamed officials. Colombian President Gustavo Petro confirmed the safe return of the Colombian national, stating that he will be processed according to the law. This incident comes amid escalating tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela, with President Trump accusing Venezuela of being a major source of drugs entering the U.S. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has fired back, claiming that Trump's actions are an attempt to colonize the South American country. Trump justifies these strikes as a necessary measure to combat the drug trade, but critics argue that the lack of transparency and evidence raises concerns. The president's bold statements, such as calling the survivors terrorists, have further fueled the controversy. And this is where it gets even more intriguing. UN human rights experts have labeled these strikes as extrajudicial executions, a stark contrast to the Trump administration's narrative. The use of narco-subs for drug smuggling has become increasingly common due to their stealth capabilities. These homemade submarines, often made from fiberglass and plywood, can be difficult to detect and are sometimes sunk after delivering their illicit cargo. The U.S. and other coastal nations have intercepted these subs in the past, but the recent surge in strikes raises questions about the effectiveness and ethics of this approach. This incident highlights the complex and often controversial nature of international drug enforcement efforts. With differing opinions on the legitimacy of these strikes, the debate is sure to continue. What do you think? Are these strikes an effective way to combat drug trafficking, or do they cross a moral line? Share your thoughts below.